Okay, we should be live now. And yeah, welcome to a next Ask Me Anything session. And today we are going to learn from Dr. James about the SDGA token and the models behind it, the roadmap that we plan as well, what we're going to do with it, and the investment opportunity that is there for you to take advantage of. So, yeah, let's enjoy this session. I'm Shan Young, co-founder of SDG Assessment and the Center for Sustainable Action, and we are bringing you this live on LinkedIn. Over to you, Dr. James, to share your content and then put questions in the chat, those of you that are joining us live, and we will answer them.
Hello, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Sean, for that warm introduction. Today, we're going to be looking at the SDGA token roadmap, and we're going to more or less explore how we are going to invest your funds as part of the SDGA token ecosystem. So, first, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Llewellyn James. I'm the CEO of SDGA Assessment. And our primary purpose is to create a circularity ecosystem for business. And by doing so, scale goodness to the world using regenerative finance. So, as I originally stated, we're going to explore the SDGA roadmap, discuss the investment opportunity presented by the SDGA token, and how you could participate. So, let's begin with the roadmap. Let's look at what we have achieved so far as part of our technical innovation. So firstly, we started by creating a initial coin offering document. And that initial coin offering document white paper is available on the sdga.io website. Sean, could you share that in the chat with everyone so that they could have access to that particular white document? Within that white document, we outlined our priorities for quarter one. And that was initially to more or less scope out the boundaries for the SDGA token in terms of what were the aims and objectives, what was the offer to the public, and the business case for the SDGA token, which is basically to close that annual $4 trillion gap in financing for sustainable development linked projects. Next, in quarter one, we aim to create the website, which is available right now. And in quarter two, we are aiming for the token generation event. So basically, what a token generation event is that we will mint all the tokens that we hope to issue as part of our project. So we hope to mint 8 billion SDGA tokens. And you're probably asking why 8 billion? Because we are hoping that at least every human being has access to participate in this particular financing initiative for SDGs. So hence the 8 billion number. Presently, we are undertaking technical tests, quality assurance tests, to ensure that the token meets the stated objectives in the ICO document, as well as remove any potential vectors for cybersecurity risks and any threats towards the token, as well as ensure that the code works. So that's where the technical team is at the moment. We're undertaking this QA test as well as testing the burn mechanism. We are on track to, and I don't know if I should say this, but we're on track to mint these tokens within the first week of May. So we will have tokens available for sale within the month of May. Now, looking forward beyond quarter two, we are pursuing plastic credit tokenization and carbon credit tokenization. So What a plastic credit is, it is the value, tokenized value of 1 kilo or 1 ton of plastic that has either been recovered, removed from landfill, and prevented from creating a havoc or negative impact on the environment. So that's what a plastic credit is for those of you who are uninitiated. What we intend to do is work closely with one of our selected partners to mint high quality plastic credit tokens for sale. So for businesses or individuals that want to offset their plastic impact, they could purchase these tokens online. What plastic tokens will offer um, businesses, one is that it will be based on blockchain, so that there's an immutable record of whether or not that particular token has existed, right? Two, whether it has been acquired or purchased before, so it prevents double accounting. So that's the purpose of using blockchain technology to assist in the sale of plastic credits. Similarly, carbon credit tokens will be generated to help businesses offset their carbon emissions, their and as well as demonstrate uh, their commitment towards climate change reduction initiatives. In quarter four, we're going to make a technological leap by creating biodiversity credits, which could be used by construction companies and other businesses to demonstrate um, how they are supporting the reduction in biodiversity loss. So these are the key developments for 2025. We are working presently on a roadmap for 2026, but we, even though we have that strategic outlook in terms of how we intend to approach our technological scale up, at present we are hoping to include some AI capability as part of the 2025 roadmap, but that is something that we will provide you further details on within the next coming weeks. So, what is the SDG token? And I always like to insist that people understand that we are not a meme token. We are a utility token. We have real world impacts. It will be distributed as a loyalty bonus to long-term SDG Link token holders, meaning that if you purchase tokens today and you retain it for 6 months to a year to 2 years, you will get additional tokens into your digital wallet. And speaking about digital wallets, there'll be a particular presentation on digital wallets, because some viewers of this particular event have asked for further information on how to access a digital wallet. It's based on a research methodology looking at sustainability as a core driver for our investment portfolio. We'll talk about the sustainable risk management tool that we're using. We are currently, we've created a refi, a regenerative finance index. Shan will share that with you in the chat using our proprietary model based on UN Sustainable Development Performance Indicators. We intend to tokenize carbon credit, plastic credit, biodiversity credit for sale using fiat currency or using the SDG Link tokens. We are a DAO, a distributed autonomous organization, meaning that all token holders will have a say on the investments undertaken by the SDG Link token. So the SDGA token investment portfolio will be more or less led by the community. There's a fixed token supply of 8 billion tokens that will be available for use. 60% of it will be available for public sale, and we will have a reserve fund which will be invested in digital assets. So we are on track as we speak to having a successful token generation event in Q2. And we are not alone in this journey. So we have a strong set of partners. We have recently received a substantial investment from Plural Industry Holding Group in the United States. They have taken a 3% stake in SG Assessment, and they hope to increase that stake to 10% over the next couple of weeks. We also have a ongoing partnership with Automedi and Felix MedTech in Hong Kong, and our sister organization, the Center for Sustainable Action, provides us with training and community support. We are very proud of what we have achieved as a burgeoning fintech startup. We were voted top 60 fintech startup, Hong Kong FinTech Week 2024. We are members of the Luxembourg House of Financial Technology. We are also members of FinTech Hong Kong. And we are an alumni of the FinTech Accelerator at Nova School for Business Education in Lisbon. So make contact with us. Have a look at our initial coin offering document, our ICO doc, and feel free to ask me any questions in the chat. And I hand over the rest of the seminar to my colleague, Ms. Young. Thank you very much.
Hey, first of all, wow. Like, in business, you're still sharing. In business, it's good to stop a minute and look at the achievements. Now, I'm part of this business. We as a collaborative, well-working team have achieved phenomenal results. Like you said, this roadmap, we are on point. So I just want to say that as a sort of placeholder for those that have heard, things come and go, and have wanted to invest in things but not felt, don't want to put your hard-earned money where something could be here today and gone tomorrow. And the testament to the awards that our businesses have got, to the accolades, to the partnerships, to the people who are collaborating. We haven't even mentioned the amazing minds that are on the board of advisory board for the center, because we don't have that much time. But I've put the center's website in there as well, so you can check out our difference. We mean business. We're on target. We, like Dr. James said, recently been invested in. So this is the time, if you're interested in the decentralization of finance, if you're interested in democratization and regenerative finance, if you're interested in those projects that are doing awesome things and are very financially viable, but are not getting the investment that they should be getting, then, stick with us. You can follow SDG assessment page. You can follow Center for Sustainable Action page. You can follow me or Dr. James, and we're always sharing stuff on ours. So I do have a couple of questions though. You're not getting off that lightly, Dr. James. So I've come up with some questions that I'm hoping by me asking you, the people who are watching this can and get a depth of learning of what we're doing. So the investment security, what measures are in place and being put in place to safeguard, let's say, institutional investors who may be interested in diversifying their portfolio. And also I've been networking today and met a few financial advisors who, this is a big step for them to go into blockchain and regenerative finance, but what's the investment security for them?
Okay, so thanks for that question. Firstly, let me state that how conventionally there are three strategic options for business. There's cost, differentiation, and focus. Now, that is in a scenario whereby climate change impacts won't taken into consideration. Now, climate change is the ultimate threat multiplier. And for a business to survive in these headwinds, and there are geopolitical headwinds that are also apparent, to survive the headwinds in the 21st century, they need to focus on sustainability as core to their business. So, our business, we are focused on businesses that take a strategic view to sustainable development. And we hope to invest in these businesses. And by doing so, give a more reliable return on investment for potential token holders. Now, how we go about this, we look at risk in a holistic sense in terms of both opportunity and threat. So we see risk as being a two-sided coin. So on the opportunity side, there is a $4 trillion gap, and as well as there will be the transfer of wealth from baby boomers to their children and grandchildren. And we know that younger people are a lot more aware of wider impacts, and they are more impact investor oriented. So we hope to take advantage of this new emerging demographic in terms of their investment mindset. So there are these two opportunities there. On the threat side of it, um, we have put in place a very robust sustainable risk management model by which we're going to invest 30% of all tokens will be invested in this reserve fund, where we'll be looking at digital assets that will provide a return on that investment that we put in for the reserve fund, as well as we are analyzing uh, cryptocurrencies, and we're looking at green cryptocurrencies. We have looked at over 35 cryptocurrencies, and we have narrowed it down to 16. And as we delve further, we realize that not all crypto assets are created equal. So hence why we created this refi index. So that is on the portfolio management side of it. Then we also have the cybersecurity element of it. We are currently engaged in our chief information security officer based in the United States is currently undertaking tests of our site, and we'll be doing a pen test. We'll also be looking at cybersecurity certification for the business. So we'll be giving our token holders reasonable confidence that we have undertaken all steps possible in order to protect the integrity of the SDGA token as a asset of value, a store of value for the long run.
And how does the cap of 2% token holdings benefit investors?
Right. So we want to keep the cap for all investors at all public investors, I do say, at 2%. And the reason being is because we want to reduce the ability of any one token holder to dominate decision making within the DAO. So we by doing so we prevent whales from emerging. So there's a concept in cryptocurrency called whales, And these are very, very large, well-heeled investors that will purchase blocks of a token and more or less dominate the direction of the development of the DAO community and the token itself. And we want to reduce the likelihood of that occurring with the SDGA token.
And my last question before we log off and say goodbye again is
Do we have to?
how do you plan to adapt to evolving market trends and evolving regulatory frameworks to ensure the longevity and the competitiveness of investment opportunities with SDGA?
Wow, that's a spoonful of medicine. Right. So I am a member of the World Sustainability Researchers list, and I have dedicated the better part of 15 years towards sustainability research. Now, that that means that how I will be undertaking robust examinations of potential emerging issues, as well as looking at regulatory challenges that we may face as a token. And what an emerging concern now that we have is that there's no singular definition of what a plastic credit is. There's no singular definition of what uh, plastic credit framework should look like. Right. So there's no general consensus on this, and this is something that we will like to advocate for. But until that happens, we would like to more or less focus on the how we could mitigate impacts, and we believe and strongly believe so that plastic credit tokenization and tokenization in general will be a tool that could support efforts to reduce plastic impact.
Okay. So I think that's me done for today on our Ask Me Anything session. Like you said, I know we've been asked a lot about getting a wallet for people new to crypto and who see this as a very good opportunity. And so give me a moment because we're kind of busy, right? There are videos online for different wallets and stuff like that, but we will put something together for you and then we'll be coming back with some more sessions. So if you have any burning questions, we're here. Just message us and we will answer them for you because be sure there's no question that is like too out there because, if you don't know, you don't know. Ask us anything because there's a lot of people who don't know. And when you ask us questions and we answer them, we share that knowledge with more people. So, for another Ask Me Anything session, I'd like to say thank you very much, Dr. James.
It's my pleasure to participate in this particular session. And for those who are on this particular call and have not connected with me on LinkedIn, feel free to do so. Sean will put my details in the chat. I look forward to collaborating